Gavin Newsom confronts $18 billion budget disaster he helped create. This is a New York Post story. After years of surplus, the Golden State is facing staggering deficits that could be balloon up to $35 billion in coming years, according to the state's legislative, after years-long spending spree. Newsom, who's expected to launch the 2028 presidential bill, unveils his plan to stanch the bleeding in a major speech Thursday. In it, he'll posture as presidential while aiming to reassure cash-strapped Californians that he's leaving the state in tip-top shape in his final year in office. Critics doubt it will be enough. Governor Newsom's speech will highlight a lot of claimed wins, but Californians see the lack of results every day, said Senate Republican leader Brian Jones of San Diego in a statement. Year after year, his policies have pushed opportunity out of the state while driving the cost of living to ever new heights for working families. Only about 4 years ago, California was flush with cash with a jaw-dropping surplus of $100 billion thanks to a rockling stock market and COVID-era cash infusions from the federal government. Since then, revenues driven by capital gains taxes on rich shrunk as the economy took a nosedive. Tom, your thoughts?
I'll tell you, so you're destined to take these last two stories and just get my blood pressure up to the temperature in Death Valley. But I'll tell you what's going on with Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom wants to stay relevant, wants to stay in the headlines, and wants to keep acting presidential and appearing presidential. But you know what you need? You need a platform and a record. And the record here is pretty gruesome. The numbers are coming out and people are starting to wake up, and you're seeing folks start to pre-cover stories. But this story could have been re-headlined, "Can you believe what this guy is going to say tomorrow?" And this is not coming from hard conservative sources. His speech is going to highlight claimed wins. We did this, we did this, we did this. So he's going to put the spin on the wins, and I hope people look underneath and see what's really going on there. And he is along with Ro Khanna, saying, oh, no, it's the service union that is bringing the ballot initiative for the billionaire tax. Baloney. They're doing it, but you got your fingerprints on it. And this is Gavin Newsom. He's going to come out, try to look presidential, take credit for things, but I hope the people of California look to the numbers, and you don't have to look deeply, and ask yourself a question. Is this what you want? Because you have an opportunity to elect a new governor, but the rest of America needs to wake up and understand that if this guy can't run the sixth largest country in the world, then how the hell is he going to run the largest country in the world?
Apparently it's the fifth now. Adam.
Yeah, well, I don't care about California at all. I've made that very clear. But I do love the United States of America, and I care about the United States of America. In my opinion, and I don't mean this literally, burn it down and start over in California. Yeah. Because there's nothing good coming out of California. You lived in California 20 years. You were there for a decade. You were there for over a decade. You spent a lot of time
most of my life
there. I don't care about California. I literally don't think that any California Democrat should ever see the White House. That could be Judgment Day for America, much like Karen Bass was Judgment Day for the Pacific Palisades in California. To me, elections have consequences. I don't care what happens in California. Burn it down and start over, not literally, but I'll be damned if I ever see someone like Gavin Newsom in the White House. Hell
but
no.
The scariest part about, Adam, what you're saying is, on Cal-Shi, who's number one, Robert? Who's number one? I'm sorry, I mean G.
By a mile.
By a mile. So what?
Democratic
go ahead.
nominee.
Rob, and this is where, bro, I'm talking about.
This is 3 years from an election,
Adam,
just like Scott Walker was number one,
but hold on
or
one
Jeb
second.
Bush was number one.
Hold on one second. Adam,
Literally, whoever's number one never finishes number one.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
But I hear you.
Who do you think, because real quick, because I want to get to where you're talking about, because you're talking about, Adam, evil and biblical, which I love that you went there, because it could be the end. Gavin Newsom's at 35%. Who else, even like a late blooming, who's going to challenge him?
We'll see.
He's the guy with the hair. He's the guy with the suit.
That's what primaries are for.
The fat guy from Illinois.
JB Pritzker, you never know.
God help us, and Rob, and guys,
Trump was at 1% by the time there were primaries, and then he took down everybody one by one by one. I think America is smarter than falling for Gavin Newsom's
but this is all Adam
tricks.
Adam, really? They fell for Russia collusion. They fell for Biden. Biden was in charge.
But you're here.
They fell for Kamala. I'm telling you right now. But this is what, when I talk about, bro, the opposite of what we are. There is light, and then there is dark. This party has been captured by darkness. And if you can't see, I'm not saying you, I'm saying the people in general. I have family members, I have people they're just so far gone. And Rob made a great point. They can't, it's going down with the sinking ship because you know what they don't want to say? You guys were right. We're wrong. They have lost the plot.
Well,
it's complete evil.
Well, can I just jump in for 1 second? If you take a look at historically, the last time there were 3 non-consecutive administrations, you're going to go Nixon, Ford, Carter, and then you had 2 Reagans and 1 Bush. I think what you have now, since we have a Trump, Biden, Trump, if you look at historically, odds seem to be patterns that happen. And I think you're going to have that 1 Trump and then 2 Vances or whoever wins that. Or Rubio. I mean, they would be great. And I think that whoever runs is going to be a sacrificial lamb of the Democratic Party. I'm hopeful because I just don't see it happening in any way, shape, or form. I think, but you have to care about California for no other reason than this. The Electoral College votes. I mean, it is unbelievable.
What do you mean? Do you think that's ever going to go red?
No, but that's why I think I think that's why you need to be concerned about it because you know how tough it is. You guys know how tough it is for a Republican to win. He's got to it was a minor miracle. I think it was the hand of God that helped. You know, every swing state and everything. We just happened to have. We had Charlie Kirk helping with kids. God rest his soul. 22.5% jump with young voters. That's amazing. We got Hispanics. We got Hispanic men, black men. You know, we're never gonna white women. We're never gonna get. But we did get. A resounding victory, which is great. And we have to continue this because I do think it is a threat against Western civilization. And I think whether the Democrats realize it or not, I think that they are unfortunately playing into the hands of socialism. And they make the mistake of thinking that they want a one-world government, and they make the mistake of thinking they're going to be in charge of it. It's not. It's going to be China. We're going to be some weird, small, slightly freer social credit system, in my opinion.
Well, I don't not care about the people of California. I love the people of California. I have friends in California. I'm saying the state legislator and whatever's happening there, I have no love for. You know, they say if there's going to be a plane crash, put your mask on first, then the person next to you. To me, California is so far gone that the last thing I'm interested is putting a face mask on the people in California. Good luck. You guys figure it out. You vote for this. Keep doubling down on
Everybody
nonsense.
always says the mask
Best of
thing.
luck.
Can I ask about the mask? Everybody says put your mask on first.
Oxygen mask.
How often does the oxygen mask come down on a plane? Have you ever been on a plane?
Have you ever flown private with us?
Have you ever been on an oxygen mask? I'm not serious.
No, thank God.
Okay, but let me tell you though.
Yeah, but they should
so what
use that
happens
in
more often?
California.
What happens more often than the oxygen mask gap? There's turbulence, right? You've been on a plane with
Yes.
turbulence.
Yes.
And if you have a baby, don't you tighten the baby's belt before your own? So I always find
Why
that.
is there a baby in a seatbelt?
No, I'm
It should be in
saying
your
that
lap.
because the idea is before you help your child, help put your mask on first.
Yeah.
I would say that's not a very valid thing, and everybody keeps using that. And I would just say the real thing is that there's turbulence, and if there's turbulence, you help your kid first, unless you're a heathen. So I would just say that's such a
Oh
false
my God!
statement.
Of all the things, Rob gets pissed off. He's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of
Friggin'
first put
the
your
one thing
seatbelt on
that-
before your kid. You know,
No, but I'm just saying because
Just get
I
this
hear that so
straight.
many times, and I just can somebody poke a hole in it for once?
I
and
have more
thank
than
you.
I
one
just want to
kid
let you
saying
know,
that.
if
That
I
was
was
a
sitting next
brilliant
to you
argument.
on a plane, I'd put my
that was
mask
a
on first.
brilliant
Then I'd help you.
argument. Oh my God, that was
But
a
it
great
is a good-
argument.
I mean,
Life changing. All this time, Vinny, his gear, faith over fear, tens of thousands of pieces sold out in a couple weeks. Tell us about faith over fear, Vinny.
Well, just letting everybody know, I appreciate everybody that's getting on board. I saw a guy at the airport that was wearing the faith over fear. I was at a diner and some guy patted me on the back and was like, hey, what is that all about? And he wanted to know what Hebrews 11 chapter 1 was, and we got into a really good conversation. And I know I always talk about faith over fear being like in the Bible with the centurion soldier whose kid was healed, where Jesus just said, go, because of your faith, it's going to be healed. And the woman that had the bleeding issue that pushed through the crowd, that just touched Jesus's hem of his clothing, and he was healed. So I want people to know that that's back in the biblical days. Faith over fear still applies today. It's it's what starting a business when the numbers scare you, speaking the truth when silence feels safer. Fear waits for comfort, and faith moves with conviction. You guys can go on there right now. We have a hat that's coming soon. I don't want to give it away, but you guys can go to, is it FLB?
VTmerch.com.
Oh, VT Merch. Go to VTmerch.com. Guys, we have hoodies, we have hats, Rocket, and let people know where you stand.
I love it. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order, buy it for yourself, your friends, your peers.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.